Okay, so I'm just going to walk through some very basic serial communication between an Arduino, here I'm using the Arduino Uno, and a computer. So what I've done pretty much is I've got two little circuits set up on it. One's an input, one's an output. So the input, see if we can get that to focus. There we go. Basically just got a photoresistor there. So you've got positive and negative coming along with that power bus there. And then all I've got is a positive going to there, and then we've got a 10k resistor grounding that to negative, of course, and then another wire come off that going to the analog input 0. So that's for the input. Then for output, what I've got is an LED, which is going to be a turn on and off by using the computer. So the way that works is on digital output 5, I've got it on. It goes to a 20 ohm resistor that goes to a little green LED, which is then of course grounded. So that's all that is. So basically what it is, you're just going to bring the LED high and low, turn on and off. Now this example is going to be very crude. It's just something I pretty much learned how to do myself last night when I was bored, so I'll walk you through it. So what I've got here is I'm using processing to actually communicate to the computer. So on the right here is the Arduino IDE. So I'm not really expecting you to be able to read it. I'll upload the code later so everyone can have a look at it. Basically, just define the variables, open up the serial communication, define the LED pin 5 as output. Now what I had to do was, because the photoresistor, it couldn't update constantly, I had to have a delay of about 100 milliseconds in there. The problem I had though was with that delay in the loop, the LED was playing up, it would turn on and have like a huge delay to turn on and then off again. So what I tried doing was having a separate function down here, which actually the value equals analog read photos, so that's the input on analog 0, and then serial prints that value. So that's what it does, that's just a function I've made up there. So if you look up here, I've just got counter plus plus, and then if counter is greater than or equal to 10,000, it updates the photo and resets the counter. So that way I've just made my own delay pretty much. It runs through constantly checking the serial input to the Arduino from the computer to make sure whether the LED should be on or off, and then every 10,000 cycles it sends the data of the photo back to the computer. So that was just that one. So what I'll do now is I'll just connect this up. I've already programmed it, so I won't do that again, but okay, let's say turn on. Okay, I just have to program it again, let's do that. Okay, I'm sure you can best see if it's a light. But see the TX, it's transmitting the data. It's doing about twice every second, roughly. Not sure exactly, but close enough. So that's the code for the Arduino. Now, the code for the processing, and as I said, I'll upload this later. So the Arduino code itself is only about 37 lines long, so that's pretty basic. The code for the processing, about 134, it's a little bit more complex, but still pretty basic. So most of the code here is just actually drawing the interface. I'll load that up in a minute, and what that is, it's, if anyone's ever used processing before, it just allows you to make pretty much like a Java-based application within Windows very, very easily, and you can do a lot of things with it, including serial communication. So I won't walk you through it, it's a bit more complex, but what I'll do is I'll just load that one up, and you should be able to see it running. So there's that program. Yep. So we've got heading there, light level. So that's the analog input from the photoresistor. So that I haven't calibrated that at all or anything. So that just goes between 0 and 1023. So if I put my finger over it, it'll go down. Take it off, it goes back up again. So if I put a torch on it, it'll go up to about 1023. That's the max. So that's just a range between 0 and 5 volts going back to the analog input. So that's fine. And then here I've got a button for the LED. So it, of course, highlights and go over it. Click it, turns green. That's fine. So we'll try to go back to the LED and turn that on and off by using the computer. Okay, so this itself doesn't have many applications, but it's more just me trying to work out how to send data from the Arduino to the computer, and also send data back. Now, as I said before, it's extremely crude. So if anyone else out there knows a bit more about it, sure, you'll be able to pick up on it, and if you want to comment, that's fine. I'm always open to criticism, but as I said, I only learned how to do it this morning and got to bed about 7 AM, so that's fine. So that's basically it. As I said, I'll upload basic schematic just of how those two things are connected, just in case you didn't follow what I explained, and then I'll also upload the code.